Hey, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we'll be taking a look at the iPhone 12 Pro Max running iOS 17 here in 2023 and answering the question whether you should update right now with iOS 17.0 or just wait a few weeks until a more stable release is launched. So in this video, we'll be going over basically all the performance details, the battery life, etc., the more important stuff first, and then of course I'll also jump into some of the new features on iOS 17, but we're going to be focusing more on the performance and the battery life and stuff I like and I don't like about iOS 17. So this is the iPhone 12 Pro Max running iOS 17.0 here in 2023. So as always, before jumping right in, don't forget to smash that like button down below as it helps this video get on YouTube's algorithm. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and ring that bell notification button so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Also, if you have any questions or comments regarding iOS 17 and the iPhone 12 Pro Max running iOS 17, don't forget to leave them down in the comment section below. We can start a discussion or I can answer your questions. My social media is linked down in the description below, which includes Instagram, Discord, and Twitter. And now let's jump right into this video. So right off the bat, if you want a quick answer, should you or should you not update your iPhone 12 Pro Max to iOS 17, the answer is go right ahead. It's perfectly fine. You're not going to notice any detrimental effects on your phone. As far as I'm concerned, I've been using this for 2 days at this point. iOS 17 was released on the 18th of September and now it's the 20th, and I've been using it for 2 days at this point, and it's perfectly fine. There is no serious negative effect on this phone as far as iOS 17.0 is concerned. So that's your straightforward answer. Alright, so here's a list of compatible devices with iOS 17, and as you can see, the iPhone 12 lineup is up here, way above the iPhone 11 and the iPhone XS and the iPhone XR, iPhone SE. And I can safely say that the iPhone 12 lineup will get at least another 3 major updates. So iOS 18, 19, and 20, maybe iOS 21, but that's probably at where the limit is, but at least 3 more major updates, because we have the SE, the XR, they'll probably get iOS 18, maybe the XS as well, iOS 18, and then the 11 probably iOS 19, 20-ish, and then maybe the 12 series will get 20, 21. 21 will probably be where the iPhone 12 series cuts off. So there's quite a ways to go in terms of updates for the iPhone 12 series. They definitely have a lot of life left in them. Quite a ways to go. So yeah, if you still don't really care about all the new fancy features and you want to hold on to your phone for as long as you can, the 12 series is still a big winner in terms of updates as far as 2023 goes. But now let us talk in more detail about performance and all that. So the general idea here is that, has it impacted performance? Has my phone slowed down? Should I update right now or just wait for a while for a few more refinements in the following weeks or month? And the answer is, like I said, again, you can go ahead and update. And has this affected performance? The answer is no, it hasn't affected performance. iOS 17.0, as this is running right now, is perfectly fine on the 12 Pro Max. This is my daily phone. I use this every day, and I have not noticed any serious negative effects on this phone when I've been using it in the past 2 days. No slowdowns, no crashes, no bugs. Sure, that maybe there's a bit of a bug trying to get the music to switch over, but I was using my watch instead of the phone to change music. It's probably something to do with the Series 8 on watchOS 10 rather than the phone on iOS 17. So yeah, it's most likely going to be the watch. I was using the inbuilt app to change songs, so it's probably not the phone. However, there is no serious bug with this at all. It's perfectly fine and good to use. So performance wise, it has not been affected in any bad way of the sorts as far as I'm concerned. In my phone, the battery health is at 88%. I take care of it. It hasn't had a rough life since it was launched. I take care of it. I clean it, I charge it properly. I don't keep it plugged in for days on the charger. I always kept the battery above 20%, didn't let it drop below that whenever possible. Kept the brightness at a medium, didn't always overdo the brightness. Turned it off occasionally whenever I can. Actually, almost every night I turn it off. But ever since I started working, sometimes I had to keep it plugged in overnight. But I do turn it off whenever I can. And I've taken care of this phone. So this may vary somewhat depending on the individual's phone, depending on the situation with your phone. But as far as my phone is concerned, iOS 17 has not had any detrimental effects in terms of performance. Let us now go ahead and test out the speed of the phone in terms of opening apps and the RAM management in keeping them running in the background when other apps have been opened in front of them. Basically a test of speed and RAM management. Now, as you can see, all apps have been closed in the background, so the RAM is clear. And as of the 20th, all the apps that will be open have been updated to their latest version so as to keep up with iOS 17. So everything's updated and good to go. So let's open YouTube Studio. Opens almost instantaneously. Of course, it depends on the internet as well. Let's open Instagram. There you go. Opens almost instantly. Loads just fine. Let us open a mix of light and heavy apps. Calculator opens really fast. Watch opens fast as well. Let us open something heavier like iMovie, basically instantly. Then Home, again, instant, no problem there. So as you can see, stuff is opening fast and just fine. Let's open a app that's known to be slow, which is Harbor Freight's app. Takes its own time, but again, depends on the internet as well. And of course, let's click this widget and open music. Again, opens just fine. Let's open the camera, take a quick photo. There we go. It saves about the same speed as it was on iOS 16. Oh, it didn't ask Siri anything. Okay, sorry about that. But as you saw, everything opens just fine. And now let's see if stuff is running perfectly fine in the background. Instagram runs fine. Let us check iMovie, runs fine. YouTube Studio runs fine. Music app runs fine. Harbor Freight runs fine. So as you can see, all these apps open really fast and run just fine in the background. And trust me, there are a few apps that I don't want to open because they have personal stuff on them. But I've been using this thing throughout the day, and I know that everything opens just fine. Everything keeps running in the background just fine. Apple is known for great RAM management, even with considerably less RAM than their competitors. And you don't have to worry about performance on the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and of course the iPhone 12 Pro as well. Here on iOS 17, the performance is just exactly the way it was on iOS 16. There hasn't been a speed bump, but neither has there been a speed reduction. So thumbs up in that department. Let us now go on to battery life, which is of course a major point when it comes to these newer updates, because Apple had that whole history of toning down the batteries and the performance and all that stuff, that whole dilemma with the iPhone 4S, etc, etc. So battery life is a major concern. Now, throughout the day of using this, I left basically in the morning at 6 o'clock. I left my house, I left at 7 or around 7ish, let's say 7, as I usually do with 100% battery. And on the other days with iOS 16, I got home with about, I'd say on average, about 60 to 65, maybe 70 on some days worth of battery remaining in my basically charge. So 60 to 70%, let's say. And today and yesterday were no different. I just came back with around the same. It was about 62 today. It was about, say, 65, 66, something like that. Yesterday, I noticed no difference in battery performance on this phone when I got home. So every day I come home at the same time, around 5:30ish, and it's in the same range. So safe to say that battery has not taken a hit either. And my battery isn't horrible, but it's not great either. It's at 88%. And I notice when the battery changes a bit. And I can say right off the bat, battery life has not taken a hit, which I can't say the same for the Apple Watch Series 5, which I did a video on just a few hours ago, covering the fact that the battery took a bad hit on watchOS 10. But on iOS 17, the iPhone 12 Pro Max and most likely the iPhone 12 Pro have not taken any significant hit in terms of battery performance. I can say safely that you can go ahead and update, it's no problem. But then again, it depends on your phone as well. I just want to reiterate, it depends on your maximum capacity or battery percentage. If yours is less, it may be different depending on how your battery performs. Maybe you're a heavier user, maybe different apps are affected differently. Maybe that certain app manufacturer or developer has not come out with an update yet that makes use of iOS 17, and it's going to affect battery life a bit differently. So you have to take a lot of things into consideration. But as a whole, as far as my phone goes, and I've been using it for the past 2 days, battery life has not taken a considerable hit. So that's a big thumbs up from me as well. And I hope in a few days when a few more updates come out, actually hoping battery life gets a bit better. But I'll keep you updated in the comment section as time goes on when newer updates come out. So drop by the comment section occasionally if you want newer updates. I don't really have the time to be releasing new videos for every version of iOS that comes out. Don't really have the time anymore like I used to, but I will reply in the comments and leave comments on any major updates. But as far as battery life goes, it's a thumbs up. Alright, so let's do a quick browser demo using Safari, and I'll show you that the browser also has not been affected by the iOS 17 update. It's exactly the same as iOS 16. It performs exactly the same. Websites load the same. Basically at the same speed, provided of course your Wi-Fi is good enough. And let's go to Apple's website straight up here because it's a very heavy website. I've spoken about this in the past. Apple's website has a lot of animations and stuff like that. And if Apple's website could be loaded, basically a lot of other websites could be loaded as well. So as you see, everything loads and opens just fine. Of course, it takes a while depending on the Wi-Fi, but as you can see, no stutter, no lag, nothing of the sort. Apple's website works just fine. Let's just open a few more things here. As you see, perfectly fine. Let's go to Nokia.com. Let's go to Nokia's website here. There we go, and let's hit that. And as you saw, loads just fine. Of course, this website isn't as polished as Apple's website. However, you saw how fast it loaded. Let's go to Google.com over there. There you go. Loads perfectly fine. So it's fast, it's fluid, and it doesn't stutter or lag at all. So as you see, browsing hasn't been affected by the update. It's just the same as it was on iOS 16. If you were wondering, has iOS 17 slowed down Face ID on the iPhone 12 Pro Max? I'm here to say that it hasn't at all, and it's exactly the same speed that it was on iOS 16, and I'll do a little demo here to prove that the speed between iOS 16 and iOS 17 for Face ID is exactly the same. So let me go ahead, unlock my phone a few times here. I wish I can unlock it faster, but my case, the button is a bit hard there and sometimes unresponsive. But if I took this case off, I can do this almost instantaneously every time. But as you can see, it unlocks just fine, and it unlocks every single time as well. It's usually faster than I can even see the lock animation just unlocked there. So as you can see, just rocket fast, exactly the same as it was on iOS 16, no different whatsoever, just completely the same. So yeah, Face ID has not been affected in terms of speed or accuracy here on iOS 17. Alright, so finally let's discuss some new features on iOS 17, and of course we're just going to go over the major features. As you can see on Apple's website at the top here, there's a PDF for all new features, and you can go into every single new feature. Of course, we can't cover all of that in this video, but you can go ahead and read every single new feature on Apple's website just fine. But today here we'll just cover the main features. So right off the bat, I can tell you that iOS 17 isn't the iOS that you've been waiting for. It's not a major jump by any means. Most of the features are just whatever. They exist, they're nice to have. Some of them are okay, some of them are crap. It's not an update that everyone was waiting for. We already kind of knew that. Some features, like I said, are great. Some of them are meh. So let's go into the first one. So that whole personalized phone call thing, customize what people see when you call, just basically a picture or a Bitmoji or emoji, whatever that thing you make. I don't make those. I don't know. I'm probably an old man at this point. I don't even have that on my Snapchat. So yeah, whatever that's called, you can put that, or it's a customization feature. Of course, I didn't do it on mine. So but yeah, this is what it looks like. You can put your face and all that stuff, customize what people see when you call. That's quite nice. We have live voicemail. Send a call to voicemail and see a live transcript of the message. So also applies to iMessage. You can actually convert voice messages to script if you are at a meeting or you can't really listen to voice messages. Now if it's personal and you're in public, you just want to see a script, it'll translate for you. So send a call to voicemail and see a live transcript of the message. So as you can see, live transcript of that message. That's quite useful, especially when you're in a situation where you can't listen to a call or as far as messages go. Let me show you that. Where is it? It was on the messages. That's weird. There's definitely. Oh, here we are. Read an audio message transcription. So, did you make your own recorder? And someone has replied with an audio message, and it converts it for you. Now, of course, there's going to be a bit of error depending on the accent and all that stuff. And I'm not sure how the languages go. Maybe some language, maybe it's English for now. I'm not sure about that, but it'll hit the camera there, sorry. It'll convert your voice message to text. So that's really, really useful. That's something I really, really like. Whenever I'm at work or something, I can't really listen, don't have my headphones on or something like that. Converting it to text is great. So big thumbs up on that. I haven't used it yet, but it should be good. All your messages apps in one place, all your iMessage apps in one place. You have this check-in thing, that's good. You don't really have to message a friend after you leave their house at night or something like that. Check in, say you're good. That's sort of a add-on feature, I'd call, but you can use it, so that's good. But still, if you leave your friend's house at night and they tell you to check in, see if you're good when you get to your home, just call them. It's much better than this. Honestly, just call them. But catch up and swipe to reply, stuff like that. Search filters, you got all that stuff. Messaging took a bit of a update there, so that's good. Stickers, that's nice. You have all your stickers in one place. You can actually make stickers now out of your own photos. So create a one-of-a-kind sticker. You can basically use the app and basically take a subject or a shape or an object, something out, and you can make a sticker out of it. So that's actually quite nice. Again, I haven't had the time to use all of that, but it's self-explanatory. You can make stickers you don't need an external sticker app anymore, and you can stylize the stickers as well, as you can see there as well. Another nice feature, FaceTime. Record a video or audio message when someone misses your FaceTime call. That's pretty nice. Reply with a bit of personality, of course. Reply with a video or audio message instead of just texting them or calling them back if they can't answer now. So that's good. I don't really use FaceTime that much, but I see that is quite an important feature if you use it quite often. React with your hands, FaceTime on Apple TV, that's nice too. Alright, so standby or nightstand or whatever the hell you want to call it is a feature that I used last night, and it's okay. It's good to have, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people will use this. It basically turns your phone into a digital nightstand when it's laying on its side and charging. Quite useful. There's a bunch of stuff you can do with it. It's quite nice to have, I guess, but I'd rather have my phone with its display off and Wi-Fi off and in silent mode at night. But hey, if you want, it's there for you. You can do multiple things with it. Basically turns your phone into a digital nightstand. So let me demonstrate it here. You have to have your phone plugged in. I have the thing plugged to a power bank. It should be charging. And you flip it on its side like that, it should automatically go into the mode. So as you can see, it's in this mode. You can swipe like this to change over. Now it's locked, so it doesn't show you everything. Here's a clock-like thing here that resembles those old Casio alarm clocks from back in the day. As you can see, you can change these as well. Photos, of course, appears here, and you can unlock this to show you photos. You can scroll up and down like that as well, and basically you can edit these as well. So let me just scroll a bit. Your fitness, you have quick notes, music, and you can put your photos there as well. We have stocks there as well, blah 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 blah. Let us go ahead and unlock this thing. Let me do that off screen here. Do that, unlock this thing, and you can actually change these by swiping like that and stuff like that. And then I think the Photos app open on that side. Let me just switch over. As you can see, we can have a Photos app like that. Just shows you a bunch of stuff like that. You can actually change albums, etc, etc. This is one of my thumbnails from back in the day. I changed that to that album. So bunch of cool stuff, as you can see, and it turns red when you have it in night mode or reduced light mode. You can change that from settings, etc, etc. So that's nightstand mode. It's quite fun to have, but I probably won't ever use it. But hey, let me know down in the comments if you're going to use it. Interactive widgets is sort of an okay-ish thing that Apple added. Basically lets you interact with a widget without actually going into the widget to change anything in it. For example, you can actually tick off your reminders. You can change your room lights or whatever from the home app and stuff like that. You can actually change them without going into the app. You can actually play, pause music, as you can see like that. It does not need to go into the app by pressing it to change it. Basically the stuff that Android has had for years, using a widget without going into the app itself. So yeah, even if you really like iPhones and you're a hardcore Apple fan, you must admit this is a major catch-up that Apple's playing, and they're not even close to Android widgets to begin with. So a lot of catching up to do, but it's nice that they're doing it, I guess. Still don't really care. It is what it is. This interactive widgets, something that Android has had for years. AirDrop got a bit more interesting. You can actually swap numbers with AirDrop. If you ask for someone's number, you can share your number just by airdropping like that. That's nice to have. Share with intention, blah 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 blah. Finish sending transfers over the internet. Hold to iPhone devices close together and instantly start a share play session. Oh, so share play, you can do that as well. There's a journal, a new app to write and remember. There's a journaling app. If you want that, it's there. And then no one can see your journal. You can lock it as well. Keyboard, that's quite of an interesting thing. Let me actually pull that up here. So you don't really, oh no, that's two. You don't really have to type the entire message. It predicts it for you, and instead of pressing these three at the top, you can just hit space and it'll predict the whole thing. So that's quite nice. So keyboard, tap spacebar to finish words or entire sentences. Hello, how are you? There you go. It sort of blurs it out behind you, and instead of just typing, oh, how are you, tap, done. Or let's try something else. How is it? Okay, so it's not that smart. It didn't figure. Okay, now it figured out the going. So tap the space bar. Done. Let's erase that. Hey, will you be coming Okay, so again, not very smart yet. I was gonna type, hey, will you be coming to school today? But it's getting there. So you can, instead of typing the entire thing, this it'll sort of predict it to you, and you can hit space for it to work. Let's try that one more. Hey, what do you need from the grocery? Okay, there we go. It got it this time. From the grocery store. Just hit space and you're good to go. So needs a bit of work, but it'll get there. So I see that having a bit of use on the day-to-day. So keyboard predict, it's even more accurate than autocorrect, sort of is. So I hope Apple builds upon that. That's actually quite a neat feature as a whole. And it works on all apps, just not messages only. It worked on WhatsApp as well because I was using it today. Safari and passwords. You can create a profile now for Safari, so that if you hand your phone over to someone else, you can actually change profiles and lock out that. Keep your browsing separate from topics, work, personal, etc., etc. So that when you hand the phone over to a friend to just probably Google something, you can have a profile that you can have him on instead of him seeing your search history, etc., etc. So that's really nice. Faster and more relevant search. Enhanced private browsing, locks your private browsing. You can lock your private browsing now. That's really nice. Just a good feature to have, again, when you're sharing your phone with someone to use. And then just a bunch of other stuff. Autofill verification. You can share a set of passwords to your trusted contacts. You can get an email this time for autofill. It's just a double layer of protection there. Email confirmation for autofill. That's good. Music. Play music together, collaborate on playlists, that's there as well. AirPlay on a device, intelligent, blah 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 blah. Just basic stuff. AirPods, adaptive audio, it sort of enhanced AirPods. Now here we go. Offline maps. Download maps to use offline. Again, Google has had this since forever. But finally, Apple Maps got offline maps. I don't really need to explain offline maps to you. You highlight an area where you think you'll be going to, or hiking or driving or whatever, and download that so that you can use GPS when you don't have data on your phone and the map is already downloaded. So Google Maps have had that for ages, but finally Apple Maps has it. I have yet to use it, but I'm pretty sure it'll be okay. But of course, Apple is going to have to build up on it to catch up to Google Maps, because Google Maps is really, really good with offline mode. Remember, you're not going to get traffic updates, you're not going to get live updates, accidents, traffic updates, stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. But offline maps on Apple Maps, been waiting for that for a very long time. Siri got a bit of an update. Oh no, I didn't ask for my Siri. Okay. Reminds you about stuff, the whole lot. Spotlight got an update. Visual lookup, find recipes, similar dishes. You can search visually now, and that's, I'm pretty sure that's helpful for some people who aren't really sure what's in front of them and they want to take a photo of it, and it'll give you similar search results based on the photo. So visual lookup, that's quite nice. You can do that on video as well. Visual lookup on video. Health app, new mental health and vision health features, that's also great. Privacy and security, communication safety, sensitive content warning. You can blow sensitive photos and videos, etc., etc. More control over what you share. Lockdown mode expanded from iOS 16, increases security, help protect against sophisticated cyber attacks, blah 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 blah, and of course so much more. And yeah, that's all I'll be covering in terms of just the general overview of the new features on iOS 17. Let me know what your favorite feature is on iOS 17 down in the comment section below. We can start a discussion. We can answer your questions. My favorite is of course I'm not really sure. It probably is the messaging thing with the predictive text. Really can't tell you. Again, like I said, iOS 17 it's not a big deal. It's okay, but honestly, I think the widgets is my favorite. So yeah, I'll go with the widgets. But let me know down in the comment section what your favorite feature is on iOS 17. So as always, I hope this video helped you out with your decision whether or not to update. And if it honestly helped you, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up on the like button down below, as it helps this video get on YouTube's algorithm. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and ring that bell notification button so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. If you have any questions or comments, don't forget to leave them down in the comment section below. We can start a discussion or I can answer your questions. My social media is linked down in the description below, which includes Instagram, Discord, and Twitter. Thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video.